we're talking about hamstrings. Today's gonna be a short live video, but we're trying to stay as active with you guys as possible. So shoot your questions in here. When we're close to the phone, we'll answer them. When we're far away, we'll come back, make sure we answer all of your questions. Message us anytime. Again, we're doing all of our telemedicine sessions, virtual sessions. We're sending all of our clients videos. We're doing live Monday through Fridays every day at 1 p.m. So stay tuned in, and we're here to help you guys. And we think this is a challenging time for all of us. It's very unfamiliar, but togetherness is key. So however we can help you guys, we're here. Let us know, okay? All right, so the hamstrings. The hamstrings are a super part that we definitely don't spend a lot of time in. And I want to talk to you guys about something called the quad to hamstring ratio. All right, that's a ratio of the strength of our quads to our hamstring muscles. For you guys that aren't familiar, quads right here above the knees, front of the legs, hamstrings right here behind the leg. A lot of people usually complain of really tight hamstrings, and that is because we're usually in a seated forward flex position. So these usually don't get a lot of lengthening. We also don't usually put a lot of effort into training our hamstrings, all right? So the quad to hamstring ratio, the reason that's so important is because usually the ratio is very off. Usually the quad is so much stronger than the hamstring, and when that ratio is very off, that's when we can have a really high chance of knee injuries. Okay, so when our quads overpower and we're weak here, we can't stabilize in the posterior and control with these large hamstring muscles, that's when we can have a knee injury. It affects our training, and it affects our performance in the field. Any sport you do, pretty much, the quad to hamstring ratio is applicable to you. So ideally, we do a 1-to-1 ratio. That means that our quads are as strong as our hamstrings. So today we're gonna go over 3 really simple but very burny exercises for the hamstrings. We're gonna isolate the hamstrings. I'm gonna be using some sliders and a balance device. You can definitely find stuff in your own home though as well. And we're gonna do these together, and I'll share these on my page later, but these are awesome to burn out the hamstrings. This is great. Oh, shout out to Mountain Fit's newest follower, by the way, Karen Hammerman 5. Love the new follow, this is awesome. All right, let's get to work for the hamstrings, okay? So again, hamstrings, back of the legs here, pretty much from the bottom of the hips all the way to the back of the knees, that's the hamstring. When you flex the knee, okay, so here, the muscle that balls up, that's the hamstring, all right? So we're looking at isolating and really activating and toning the hamstring muscle. Again, the goal here is to get closer ratio of 1-to-1. Our hamstrings are as strong as our quads, therefore our knees are healthy and safe when we're out being active. All right, first we're gonna use sliders, all right? These are Mountain Fit sliders. You'll also use some paper plates or a sock if you are on hardwood floor. Since we are on the carpet surface, the Mountain Fit side will be down. We're going to put our feet, the heels of our feet will be flexed on the sliders, and we're just gonna lay down, okay? We're gonna be in a bridge position, which means that the knees will be bent. Again, feet flexed, heels on sliders, and we're gonna bridge our hips. This is not a back motion, this is squeezing my butt muscles here, okay? So engaging the glutes, so we're starting in a bridge. Now, one at a time, I'm going to extend one of my legs, use the hamstring to pull it back in, and then switch legs. Notice though, as I extend the leg, the glutes and the hips do not drop, okay? Really stabilizing here with strong glutes, and this helps me activate the hamstring in a really strong way to get that slider back to this bridge position, okay? You can do 12 each side. If you're not feeling a burn then, we'll go to 20 each side. The advancement from that is that the legs are gonna move at the same time. Let me show you this. So here, bridge position, feet flexed, heels on sliders, squeeze the glutes. I'm now going to extend both legs at the same time. Again, hips do not collapse as I do this. To bring them in, my hamstrings really have to work here to bring the sliders back in, okay? We're gonna do 12 of these here. And notice how maybe one side comes in before the other side, okay? Is one hamstring working harder or activating quicker than the other hamstring? Hips stay high and engaged, all right? So that's the first one. The advancement, well, first the beginner one, we're alternating the legs. Second of that, the more advanced versions, both legs move at the same time. Now all we're doing is we're transitioning from 2 sliders to 1 slider. So a little bit more of some inner thigh engagement here. So both heels are gonna be on the same slider, knees together, inner thighs really squeezing together here. Same idea, feet flexed, heels on slider, glutes squeeze, bridge position, extend both legs and pull them in. Now for me, for many of you, the one slider is going to be a lot more challenging. My inner thighs are working, and I'm using both hamstrings equally. Like I said in the first one, when you use 2 sliders, one leg will usually pull in quicker than the other leg. So one leg can usually be stronger and then overtake, during your exercise. A lot of my cyclists out there and mountain bikers, one leg is usually stronger. So when you're forced to use one slider, you really have to use both hamstrings equally, therefore making it a little bit more difficult. All right, third hamstring exercise. I'm using a balance device. You can use a pillow or a Swiss ball or even an office chair that has wheels on it. And instead of your foot being here, it'll be higher on the office chair with some wheels on it. So we're going to do same position on our backs. We're going to have one leg on the balance device like so, but it'll be flexed. Similar position, I'm going to bridge both hips. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the opposing leg. The leg that's not on the balance device, we lift in the air. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower the hips and lift the hips. Lower and lift. As I do this, the hamstring will engage and fire, and you'll feel this one. I love this one. Like I said, you can use a balance device, a Swiss ball, or even a office chair that has wheels on it, and then your leg will be here, you'll stabilize, other leg will be floating. Same idea, lifting, lowering the hips. We're going to do 15 here, each side. Something to note, as you lower and lift the hips, we really don't want to see a sway of the floating leg, okay? None of this, because that shows me that you're really just using momentum to lift versus engaging from the hamstring muscle, okay? The foot on the balance device is flexed, and the hamstring is engaged the entire time. Awesome. So those are 3 great hamstring exercises that really isolate and activate your hamstrings. They're, again, really important because we're working on healthy joints here, okay? So as we can protect the knees, one way we get there is through the quad to hamstring ratio. So working on a ratio of 1 to 1, which means that the hamstrings are just as strong as the quads. So let's take some time today and let's isolate and activate those hamstrings. And oh, awesome, people are getting out their paper plates. This is so great. Love seeing this. And if any of you guys have any questions at all, message me, let us know. We want to be here to help you guys. Today's hamstrings, every day is doing something new at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. So please tune in. We love having you guys, and everyone stay safe and stay healthy. All right, bye guys.